Sit. Sit. Shake. Shake. No. There you go. You can eat it. Go ahead. Half the time, this is what I have to do to leave the house. If I do not give her at least a treat, she won't let me leave. Alright, so what's on the agenda today? We're supposed to be selling this thing right here after 3 months. There's a guy that's supposed to come and pick it up, but I have very low hopes of that. We even went back and forth for a little bit. I gave him the destination and where it's the best to come and pick it up, and I still don't believe that he's gonna come and pick it up. But I don't know, I guess time will tell. And I'm embarrassed to say that I parked this car with no gas. Update on the upstairs lady who complains about my car. She's still complaining. Not really much we can do at this point. Even when I close the valves, it's still somewhat, you know, got something. It's not like completely like quiet. It got a little sound to it. But my thing is, she's not the only one that can hear. There are at least minimum of 20 people who can hear my car, I would say. And she's the only one that's complaining. I don't know. I'm supposed to meet that guy at 6:30 today. It is 6:23. I have such low hopes that he's not gonna show up or even reach out that I didn't even bring the differential with me. And it's freaking crazy because this fool was asking so many questions like, bro, it's a differential. It's either you want it or you don't. But anyway, it's not really a big deal. I don't really care if I don't sell it or not. I had it for 3 months. If I'm gonna sit on it longer, it is what it is. But in other news, we now have no bars. So yeah, don't know what we're gonna do. Hopefully we make it because we're maybe 3 miles away, 5 miles away, something like that. Crazy thing about this whole situation is I actually have at least 3 gallons of gas left in the tank. Now, I've said this in the past. Listen up, if you are in the process of boosting your car or you're changing the fuel pump for whatever reason, and you're using a CJM like twin hanger, I think it only applies to people that use the CJM twin hanger. If you are doing that or you plan on doing it, make sure that you put the fuel pump as low as possible, because I didn't do that, and so it kind of sits a little up, so it's unable to pick up all the extra gas that's in the tank. So that's why when I am low of gas, I'm not actually low, it's just it can't pick it up, so then it reads like that. So in a sense it's not wrong, but yeah. Some will ask, why don't you fix it? Well, it's not really that easy. So when I realized what I did, I tried fixing it actually before even installing it, and yeah, that I'll definitely say that hanger definitely grabs that fuel pump very aggressively. So it was one of those things where it's like, it is what it is, I'll just deal with it. So it's not that big of a deal, but when you get in situations like this, then you know it could matter. This probably has to be the worst part about owning a boosted VQ. The worst part is the fact that you know that it's boosted, so you're gonna always want to hear the turbo noises. Probably shouldn't be doing this on any gas, but that just proves my point. Like, no matter where you go, especially if you get that turbo flutter, because we're not running a blow-off valve, you're always gonna want to hear the turbo noises. Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at the destination. I don't know if that made sense. I honestly just came up with that just now. The thing with this car is when I do gas it, it is loud. It's extremely loud because the wastegates are actually, so there's one right here and then there's one right here. So like when I gas it, that whole sound just like bounces off the ground, and I'm not gonna lie, it is pretty loud. It's like when I'm like next to somebody and they have the window down and I gas it, yeah, it's it could, you know, depending on who you are, it might, you know, make you a little irritated. All my future boosted guys, let me give you guys a little pull real quick. Oh wait, sorry, there's a red light. You'll get a downshift. Man, it doesn't get old. All right, let's do it. Make sure that there are no cops behind us. All right, we're good. Just a small pull. Wow. Let's do it again. All right, let me give you a real reason why it kind of sucks owning a boosted 370Z before some of you start calling me out for clickbaiting. Now, if you guys are new to the channel, this is my top mount single turbo 370Z Nismo. This is going to be a 6266 precision turbo. The kit is going to be through Gonz Evo. We got a 3-in-1 reservoir, of course top mount. There's pretty much everything as you can see. We got the big old intercooler that's peeping through the bumper right there. We have 1300cc injectors. We have radium fuel rails. We have a return system. Let me see, we have a fuel pressure regulator. Let's see what else. That's pretty much it. We have 3 gauges. So we have our, what is it? We have our oil temp, we have our boost gauge, and then we have our AFR gauge right there on the right. And this is how she idles. So this exhaust is going to be through GT Haas, and it is their valve controlled exhaust. I still say to this day that was one of the most expensive things I've ever bought for any car at one point. But yeah, man, this is about a year right here. This is crazy. So this time last year we were installing this kit. Let me see, we're in April, so yeah, this time last year we were installing the kit. I think we were done, and we had to tune at the end of the month again this year last year. So yeah, it's been roughly about a year since we've had this all installed and tuned and stuff. It's crazy. Let me go ahead and turn this off because it's kind of loud. There we go. I like how my interior is stock though. Like, I don't have an aftermarket stereo. The only reason why I don't is because it didn't come with one, and so I didn't put one in it just because I like the way that looks stock. So yeah, I still utilize the auxiliary cord. But yeah, I just like the fact that, you know, my interior is stock. I do want to get the V2 Nismo seats. I told you guys in the past, you guys know this. The seats that come in like the 2015 and up Nismos, I definitely want to get for this car eventually. But even then, we put our gauges in the factory location, and I don't know, I really admire that. Even though I did the work, it's just cool because, like I said, my interior looks stock. But as far as the engine, this is an unopened engine. This is the stock block that comes in this car from the factory, and I would say that's probably one of the worst things about owning a boosted 370Z Nismo or just a boosted VQ in general, is when it's unopened, it's stock, it's not built into that stuff, because you start getting a little bit paranoid. Like I said, we run this car, I told you guys in the past multiple times, we run this car on low boost at all times. And if I'm being honest, I think this is my first time actually physically saying it. That's one of the reasons why I do it, is because this car, this engine is not built. It's like, it's unopened, it's stock. So I just don't want to risk, like, you know, throwing a rod or just like blowing this engine in general. So that's kind of why I keep it on low boost until, you know, we want to have some fun. Then I put it on high boost. Now, when I went inside the dyno, he did ask me what numbers was I trying to make. And I told him 600, because that's like at least 600. That was the number that I was trying to make. And the only reason why we didn't make 600 is because my exhaust is a 2.5 and you need typically like a 3-inch or above. So that's the reason why we didn't hit 600, but I'm actually glad that we didn't, because like I said, this engine is stock, it's unopened, and I know there's people out there that are running 600 horsepower and above on a stock block, but it does not last. Eventually it does pop. Now there's people that have been doing it for, I don't know, like 20,000 miles, 30,000 miles, that have had no issues, and then there's other people that have done it for like 5,000 miles and, you know, the engine blows. And it's funny because, like, now looking back, like, I'm glad that we didn't hit 600, but, you know, at the time I was like, oh shoot, like, that sucks. It is what it is though. Like, you know, 580 is still a lot, but like now I'm definitely glad that we didn't hit 600. And it's cool, the fact that, you know, I have that I guess that leverage, because at any given time I can just change the exhaust and then we can just go back on the dyno and then just bump it up. But it's probably not gonna happen. As you guys heard in the past clips, like, the exhaust sounds amazing on this car, so I'm probably never gonna change it. I showed you guys in the past what the exhaust sounds like when I close the valves. Let's see if you can hear from inside. So this is what it sounds like when the valves open, right? So that's what it sounds like with the valves open. But then if we go and close the valves, this is what it sounds like. And again with it open. I don't want to rev it too much because I don't want to be that guy. Plus there's somebody over there, so I don't want to be that guy, but just kind of give you guys an idea. I pretty much only use that when I'm near cops and stuff, because again, we are a California resident and you guys know how California is. So that's really the only reason why I got the valve controlled exhaust. But I'm not gonna lie, it does come in clutch. I 100% recommend it if you do live in California, but it's just, you know, a little pricey, that's all. Good old SoCal views. My favorite part about having this car look stock like it does is messing with V8s. That's my all-time favorite thing to do. When this light turns green, this fool's gonna gas it. I'll go see if I can crack the windows a little bit. Light's gonna turn green right now. Oh, I was wrong. Let's see if I can antagonize him a little bit. I'm dead. Yo, this fool honked. I'm so weak. I don't want to race him because it's kind of a waste. It's a waste of time, to be honest. And this road's not the best. That's hilarious though, he honked. It says an RT, but I'm pretty sure that bumper doesn't come on the RTs. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that bumper doesn't come on the RTs. I think that's like the Scat Pack and up bumpers. So it's kind of funny that it actually has that bumper. I could be wrong though. For those of you who know, let me know. But I'm pretty sure that that bumper doesn't come on the RTs. I need to chill because this is the area where the cops like to come out for whatever reason. So let me go ahead and chill. I told you guys that guy wasn't gonna buy the differential. Wasting my time.
Who knew I would make it this far? They hated, they never believed me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy. Yeah. Mayweather with the defense. I don't care what a critic gotta say, I got him picking up the pieces. That to me, you really playing with your life, I'm about to come and run it all.